Just saw this and I had to react to this on the channel. I saw a bit of it, I was gonna watch it on, but no, it's too funny. I'm not angry, this is just my face. Like,
Hi, my name is Leah, and everyone says I do crazy things without thinking them through. My parents thought it was just a childhood thing and that I'd grow out of it, but things
you know, your thoughts crazy. You know, it's just a childhood thing. Everyone does it.
actually got crazier and almost cost me my life. Once when I was 5 years old, I woke up startled in the middle of the night. I definitely heard some noise downstairs. I jumped out of bed and crept down the stairs to find a robber in the study. I ran to the kitchen, grabbed a big frying pan, and sneaked up.
Like Timmy? Yeah, this girl's Timmy. You know that guy from Quick Cross video? He's getting a game. I'm actually recording this before the game comes out, so the game's probably out on my channel by the time, but I'm recording this before it comes out.
On the robber. The minute he turned around, I hit him smack in the face and he dropped to the floor. Seconds later, my parents came running at the noise and called the police.
Yeah, what's the bed, mamas? I hit this criminal in the face because, you know, he broke into my house. I was just 4 years old, just going downstairs to get my chocolate milk. But then I saw this guy bring into the house. So I went to the kitchen, grabbed the frying pan and smacked him over the face.
Thought they'd praise me for being a hero, but
No, your parents.
instead, they lost it with me. Why did you even go down alone? Do you have any idea how dangerous that?
Yeah, I just want to get my chocolate milk. And yeah, so I grabbed my frying pan and just slammed him over the face. Anyway, I would like a Boba code for my commission. What, what's commission mean?
What were you thinking, Leah? To be honest, I wasn't thinking. My brain just told me to do it, so I did it. See? Crazy enough? Not only that.
Not that crazy. I hit a 5 robbers with a frying pan. Isn't crazy enough, guys? I think it's more crazier than hers.
I also feel rather ugly. I wasn't as pretty as my older sister Amy, who mocked me for being a ginger.
Okay, seriously? Who does this? Oh my god, she have that color of hair? What a stupid loser. Imagine having... Okay, I'm gonna make fun of the hair color I have. For proof, I will go into pictures. That is my hair color. Dark brown. So if someone's like, oh yo dude, imagine having dark brown hair. What a stupid loser, an idiot, a flipping normie. Seriously dude, you suck.
Her head all the time. So one day in the 2nd grade, I decided to do something to look pretty like my sister. I slapped some pink wall paint onto my hair and sprinkled glitter on it. I thought I looked...
How does your hair stand up like that? That's why she just puts glitter and pink paint on her head. I'm just like... Hair physics. Hair physics need to be there. Seriously, hair physics do need to be there.
super cool, but the principal...
But your principal just starts like that. She just like... Your pink hair just stands still. Doesn't even move. You don't even move.
didn't seem to agree, and I got...
Yeah, you're not allowed to dye your hair in school. For your older sister, she's allowed to do the rules.
grounded for the 700th time at home. I tried my best to feel bad, but just then, I spotted the...
Wait, what? Oh, shucks. I'm in trouble for breaking the school rules. I'm grounded. But I'm gonna try my best to feel bad.
Cutest cat limping on the street. Oh no, what if a car hit her?
Oh no, what if I got hit her? This is the part where I got to before. You have to make a reaction video to this.
Without another thought, I was out the window. Just as I picked up the poor kitty, I stared in horror at a bus racing down the road straight towards me. It sharply swerved and crashed into a tree on the side. Just then, a car drove
Wait for it.
straight into the bus, and before I knew it, there was a 10-car pileup. Suddenly,
Cars work like that, boys.
someone grabbed my hand and yelled, "Run!"
Quick, we can't be. Don't get arrested. Quick, run.
We both
You killed like a bunch of people, but run.
dashed away and hid behind some bushes. When I caught my breath, I saw a ginger-haired boy my age
You have to be gingers. Only gingers are allowed to commit crimes. Shoot.
smiling at me. "Wow, you saved that cat's life. You're a hero. Also, your hair is really cool." And that's
You saved your cat's life, and you also killed a ton of people, but no one cares.
the day this boy River became my best friend.
Wait, has
He
anyone
moved
else
into the
clicked on
neighborhood
the
recently, and we became inseparable. Amy was one of the popular
Oh,
girls in
Amy's
school,
friends.
and she and her friends were always bullying me and River. She wasn't that smart, so she often made me do her homework. One time in the 8th grade, I said I was too busy, and the next day she stole my cat. As River and I marched furiously up to her,
Stole a cat. Shoot.
we found her making
I love the way parents are like, just do whatever the flip you want. I didn't say a bad word. I love the. Sorry. Amy mocks me for being a ginger. All the time. Amy has pink hair. No one messes with a hungry girl. Story of my life. Jesus, Now, Pog, I messed with a hungry girl once, and, didn't go so well. But when one time when your bro's hungry, you mess with them, everything's okay. I'm not angry, just my face. This quote hit me hard. I'm not angry, just my face. Whoever comes up with these quotes must have a raise. Seriously. I'm not crying. This is just how I was born.
fun of poor Lulu with her minions.
You know when you
Look,
kill
Lulu,
someone,
Mommy and
like
Daddy are
people
here.
or
Why don't you two
something,
get married already and have 100 more ginger cats? It would definitely be an ugly...
What? Honey, would you marry me? Yes. Also, honey, I'm pregnant with 100 children? No. 100 girls? No. 100 boys? No. And what? 100 ginger cats, and they look so ugly.
family of losers.
Also, you're not allowed a cat in school, so you're breaking the rules.
Oh yeah? Maybe we will. And we won't be inviting you to the wedding. Ew, River! We're not getting married, ever. Now give me back my cat, Amy. I'll do your...
He's just making a point, and you're just like, River, shut the up.
stupid homework. And she did. And I did. But I did it all wrong. When we moved to the 9th grade, another drama was added to my life. We got a literature teacher who was an
What? No. No. You got a literature teacher?
absolute
No. You can't get a literature teacher. Insane. Pretty much insane.
terror. She always brought along a long, thin stick and hid it on our desks randomly. And one fateful day, she turned her wrath to me. You, open your book to page 4, read the first sentence, and tell me what you think. Anna opened her lunchbox and ate her chicken nuggets. That means some girl Anna opened her lunchbox and ate some chicken nuggets?
Big brain. No. I thought Anna opened a wormhole and ate aliens. Genius. How could she tell?
I have 2 words for you. Nuh-uh. The lunchbox represents the working class. Chicken represents weakness. And a nugget means small. So it means Anna is a small, poor coward. By
Oh my god. teacher's just tearing into her.
A brain, please. What? When the lunch bell finally rang, we all got up to run out, but the teacher smacked her stick on her desk and
The bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you.
screamed, "I am the bell, and no one leaves until—"
Oh, I got it wrong. But she is the bell, guys. Instead of calling her literature teacher, we're going to call her Bell.
I say so. Suddenly, I snapped, and without thinking, I snatched her stick. Everyone gasped and held their breath, and then I broke the stick in two over—
When did the stick become metal and just turns into wood and just snaps?
my knee. No one messes with a hungry girl. Of course, I was sent to the principal right
Oh, of course.
away and given detention for a month. But when I went back to class, I got a hero's welcome.
Well, what about no messing with a hungry boy?
All hail Leah, the new school queen! River picked me up and twirled me around. Then he looked into my eyes and said,
Leah, you're amazing. You've always been the coolest girl I've ever...
Oh yes, remember that day when we met? Well, you might have killed 100 people, but also 100 people, or might have injured some people.
And with
We'll never know.
that, he suddenly kissed me. My head was spinning with shock as everyone around us cheered. What just happened? I didn't have the heart to reject him in front of everyone, so I just kissed him back and smiled. Gosh, I never knew he liked me. That night,
What did you say he was married?
he left me a box of chocolates and flowers outside my window with a note. I'm so glad you feel the same way. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. This was a nightmare. By the next day, word had spread, and I was suddenly experiencing something new to me. Popularity. I had
Jeez, popularity's insane. What's this? You're popular insane.
people high-fiving me in the corridors, and boys were smiling at me. But there was one boy in particular who sent my heart fluttering. No, not River. Dylan. He was the captain of the baseball.
Like you just said, yo, I don't like River. Pleasant Liz. And do you know who the boy I was most excited to see? No, not that River, but Dylan.
Team,
So
and I could
idiot.
see Amy turning all shades of green as he joined me at my lunch table.
Hey, I heard what you did, and that was really cool. I was wondering, would you like to go to the spring dance with me?
Would I? Without thinking twice, I said yes. As he walked away, I spotted River, and my heart suddenly sank. OMG, how was I going to tell him I had a date with someone else? Just as I was leaving the cafeteria, Amy suddenly shoved me. A little too hard this time. I wasn't able to stop myself from falling.
Hey, wait.
And landing on the ground, hitting my head, and I blacked out. When I woke up, I found myself in a hospital bed.
Hello, Leah.
Oh yes, when you have an unconscious, you don't wake up in the cafeteria. No, you wake up in the hospital.
You fell down and hit your head. Tell me if you remember what happened before that.
I remembered everything, that which Amy was going to pay. And oh God, I still had to break my best friend's heart. But then, the world's best idea hit me. It was like the universe had sent me an opportunity, and I was going to take it. Without another thought, I said, I don't remember anything. After asking me more questions, the doctor diagnosed me with anterograde amnesia. I pretended I couldn't remember anything, except my early childhood. River was devastated that I didn't remember him. He kept visiting me and trying to jog my memory.
Don't you remember the first time we met? You saved the cat and named her Lulu?
We're just gonna leave out the people who are dead. No, those guys don't count. Just the dead people who are dead and or badly injured. The cat, Lulu, is all that matters.
I named her Lulu? That's an incredibly stupid name. River, I'm sorry, but I just don't remember you.
It's okay. I'll keep waiting till you do.
No, I won't remember you. I mean, I don't think so. Ow! My head hurts. I went to the spring dance with Dylan and had the most amazing evening with him. When he dropped me home, I could see Amy spying on us from her window. On impulse, I pulled Dylan close and kissed him. He kissed me back. And honestly, this kiss felt just right. Also,
You look like Futaba from Persona.
it made Amy super mad, so life was kinda perfect. Except that it wasn't perfect. You see, it broke my heart to see River look so sad whenever I saw him, and I really missed my best friend. I didn't know how to fix this mess I'd made, but that situation took care of itself soon enough. One
Yeah, don't worry. What happens in the dark always comes to light.
evening, when I was getting ready for a date with Dylan, Amy suddenly barged into my room and slapped pink paint onto my head. What are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you liked pink paint on your hair. I was 8 years old, you psycho.
You never told us you were 8 years old. Do you want glitter on that?
Just then, I
Yeah?
turned around to see River standing in the door. So you do remember that day. Amy was right. You remember everything. Why would you lie, Leah? The act was up, and I broke
He found out. The river left the river to find out.
down. Because I don't love you the way you love me, River. You're my best friend, and I couldn't bear to break your
Then just tell him. It's not like, oh my god, I can't believe it. You ruined my life.
heart. River just stared at me in shock, then turned away abruptly and left. He completely ignored me at school and wouldn't respond to any texts, and I felt like I'd lost my best friend forever.
You just did. You lied to him and you're just bit like, oh, I'm so sorry for liking you. Please, how do I make this up?
But a few weeks later, he came to my house and said he forgave me. I can't.
What? Why did he say, you know, you lied to me. You're failing in your memory. Just didn't hate me, but I'm gonna forgive you.
Mad at you for not feeling the same way, and I respect your wish.
She lied to you about forgetting her memories about you. Just like, I'm so sorry.
So, can we just start over and be friends? And I gave him the world's tightest bear hug in return. We remained best friends through high school, and even though we parted ways for university, we always stayed in touch. He found an amazing girlfriend, and I was so happy for him. I dated Dylan all through university and graduated with honors. So, studying engineering
Of course she does.
was the worst decision of my life. Joking, not joking. And the best thing that happened to me in this college is that I'm about to leave it. I would also like to thank YouTube and Google for helping me throughout my studies. And also, of course, my wonderful boyfriend Dylan.
What is this speech? It's 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10, infinity out of 10.
Who God knows what he's doing right now, but he's coming to me, and now he's on his knees. Wait, what? To my shock, Dylan was holding a ring. Will you marry me, crazy girl? Of course.
Your girlfriend's making a speech. You go down on your knees. Will you marry me, creepy girl? Will you marry me?
I said yes, and a month later at our wedding, River was my best man. A year later, I was blessed with a beautiful baby girl, Lisa. When it was time to go back to work after my maternity leave, I couldn't bear to leave her behind. So without another thought, I just sent in my resignation letter and quit. Dylan asked me if I was sure about my decision, and I said, of course, I'm totally ready to be a stay-at-home mom and cuddle with this patootie all day. But it turns out, being with a baby all the time can get really exhausting.
What did you expect? The baby's just like, oh, my mother's staying at home. Must be my best humor. This must be time not poop my nappy.
And sometimes just boring. One day when Lisa was 2, I was busy writing on my laptop when I looked up to see her eating my popsicle. How had she found my secret stash in the freezer? I
How could she? Also, what is this image? She's just like, time to die, Lisa.
jumped up and grabbed it from her. That's mine. But when I saw her little baby lips quiver and her eyes well up, I
It's just like, but Mom, you never told me they were yours. I thought they were for the entire family. She just, baby's eating it. That's mine.
And if you take it, you'll die.
Sighed. Fine.
Also, you'll like the cute, so here you go.
You can have it. Watching her turn instantly happy made me really happy. And I thought to myself, wow, this motherhood business really changes you. But I didn't realize how much I'd changed until a year later when Lisa fell really ill. After running all sorts of tests, it turned out that she needed a kidney transplant. And I was a perfect match. And I didn't even have to think about it for a second. Maybe you should try to find another donor first. Life with one kidney can be difficult sometimes. No one can be a better match for her than me. And I don't even have to think about this twice. We both underwent the surgery.
Then the dad just like, but I wanted to do. We had a perfect connection to you.
When I saw her little baby lips quiver and her eyes another donor first. Life with one kidney, a lot of time to recover. I never regretted my decision when I saw my happy, healthy baby playing around. Being a mother has taught me to put someone else above me and making sacrifices without giving it much thought.
Okay, good idea. Why is that like Magic Princess?
So, Principal Miller, you'll get rid of all these boring subjects and fire the teachers I don't like, okay?
Yes, Claire. Anything for you.
Wonderful. Also, I have one more request, I said while blinking at him. He looked totally mesmerized, so I knew it was working.
What is it, dear?
I want this office. Can you, use my locker or something? And I'll just bring my stuff in here and make it nice and cozy.
Anything for you, Claire.
I was excited, but this was nothing new to me. I just left middle school and I ran that place. I planned.
Yeah, I never went to middle school. And I'm in high school, according to America, but I never went to middle school. Yeah, no, I'm weird. Or because I'm Irish. In Irish, you have play school, primary school, secondary school, and then college or university.
To control my new high school too. See, whenever I looked into anyone's eyes, they do whatever I asked.
But not when you look into my eyes or the viewer's eyes.
Some people have told me that my eyes change into their favorite color when I look at them, but when I look in the mirror, I see a mixture of magenta and purple, depending on my mood. Very rare, right? I know. Before I go on, subscribe to this channel. After you do that, I'm going to blink and you must make a wish, then hit the like button. Did you make a wish? Great! Now hit the notification bell to make sure it
Did not make
comes
it.
true.
Do what she said to my channel, not theirs.
I called my dad after I finished talking to Principal Miller. Daddy, can you bring my cute furniture and stuff? We have to redecorate the principal's office. Well, it's my office now, and you might need extra people to help carry his stuff away. What? Yes, he agreed to use my locker. You want to know what subjects I got canceled? Well, PE, obviously, but chemistry, geography, and shop too. I don't.
What? What shop? What is shop? What subject is shop? Wait, what? Just like, oh, dang it, I don't want to take bicycle repair classes. Oh, dang it, I can't do it.
I don't want to injure my beautiful, delicate hands. Okay, Daddy, see you soon. You probably think my life is pretty easy, and guess what? You're right. I realized that my eyes were magic when I was very young. When I was born, I had 4 other siblings, but I instantly became the favorite. My parents gave me all the attention, and I was too young to know why. Then, when I started going to school, I was every teacher's favorite student. My classmates adored me, and it was very easy to make friends. I didn't think much of it until I was about 9 years old. My best friend Monique was in my room one weekend, and we were playing video games.
I think we should have a sleepover right here, but my parents will never agree.
She said, "Your parents don't give you everything you ask for?"
No, but I think if you ask them, they'll listen.
Why do you think your parents will listen to me instead of you?
Everyone listens to you. Don't you realize? All you have to do is blink your pretty eyes at them, and they do whatever you say. I wish I could do that.
I laughed because I thought she was kidding, but I also did what she asked, and it worked. We invited 3 more of our friends and had the most awesome sleepover ever.
You could use your magic for other things, you know.
Monique said through a mouthful of chips. What?
Claire, everyone listen.
That's chicken nuggets. Not chips.
The next day, I asked my dad if I could go to work with him.
Why?
I want to meet your boss.
Okay, honey.
My dad worked for a huge company, but he had a pretty average job. I was going to see if Monique's advice would really work.
My dad, he works for a company, but he works a pretty average job. He works hard for the family and obeying all my commands. So yeah.
We went to the building and went straight to the boss's office.
Mr. Lucas, this is my daughter Claire.
My dad said. He didn't look up and mumbled to himself.
Why would I want to meet this silly little girl? We have work to do here.
Then he looked up and I stared into his eyes.
Wow, hello, perfect princess. What can I do for you today?
Can my daddy be the boss too?
But I'm already the CEO. You mean like another CEO?
Yes, exactly, except he would make more money than you. I winked and smiled.
Sure, princess. Consider it done.
He smiled. My dad looked confused the whole time. He took me to school, and when we were all back home that night, I heard him telling my mom what happened.
Yes, honey, you're married to a CEO now. I don't know how this girl does it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Apparently, my dad really had been promoted, and he was now making a whole lot of money. In a few years, my dad completely took over the company. We moved to a huge house, and of course, I got the biggest room. I completely controlled my family, my school, and anywhere else I felt like controlling. So anyway, fast forward to what was about to be the best high school experience ever. I had just finished setting up my new office. I decorated it with plush pink carpets, a few bean bags, a television, a pink couch, and lots of sparkly things. If you looked inside, you'd never assume it once belonged to a school principal. I
just realized she has a current haircut, and also her hair has big gaps.
Monique and my other friends to sit and have some snacks. Oh, and there was Parker too.
I was about to say, yeah, he looks like boy. Peter, is that
Yes.
you?
I blinked at him, smiled, and asked him to be my boyfriend, and he agreed right on the spot. We dated throughout middle school, then I convinced him to go to the same high. Yes. I blinked at him, smiled, and asked him to be my boyfriend.
You're in total control of the school. That's so cool.
He said
Yeah, that is cool.
while handing out the drinks.
Yeah, and it was so hilarious to watch Principal Miller put his things in the locker. I think it's already on YouTube.
Monique said.
Yeah, it's already on YouTube. Because no social media accounts. No other social media account except for YouTube, chat, Twitter. What's Twitter?
We had a wonderful afternoon skipping class, laughing and eating. And we had many more wonderful days until I got to school late one morning and saw some students on the basketball courts in their PE uniform. I went to find Principal Miller straight away. I thought I said PE was canceled. Why are people playing basketball?
Oh, yes. Well, we have a new student, Braxton, and he told me that PE is very important.
Who cares what he said? I said it's canceled.
Yeah, if you like PA, well, I don't care about you. Well, it's cancelled.
I blinked several times and Principal Miller looked hypnotized. I walked away angrily. Who was this Braxton and why were people listening to him? Well, I found out a few minutes later because he walked into my English class, flipped his hair, and looked
What? I did not expect him to look like that.
at me. He had long hair, which was unusual for a guy, but it
How could he have long hair? Only women are allowed to have long hair. How could he?
suited him really well. I looked around the class and everyone was staring at him.
Welcome to our class, Braxton.
Our English teacher said.
Thank you.
Now, class, please turn to page 57 of The Great Gatsby.
Miss Arthur?
Yes, Braxton?
I don't really like this book. Can we read Harry Potter instead?
He said, and he
Well, no, because Harry Potter sucks. That's right. I don't like Harry Potter. That doesn't suck. May's trying to read
his hair. Miss Arthur looked hypnotized and said,
Sure, dear. Anything for you.
"Oh my God," I thought. What I can do with my eyes,
Wait, you say if I grow my long hair, everyone will obey, and just wish that everyone will obey me? Got it. Guys, girls have to actually be born or something. Guys, we just have to grow long hair and flip it, and everyone will do whatever we say.
He can do with his hair. Ugh, my life is about to suck. At least I still had my office, and at least I still had a bit of control. I didn't really know what to do about the PE situation, though. I really hate sports, and I wasn't about to start doing it because I figured I'd just stare at the coach before class, and he'd let me go do something else more useful with my time. So Braxton didn't really start to annoy me until he showed up during one of our afternoon class skipping snack sessions in my office. All my friends looked happy to see him. What's he doing here?
Well, he is new here, and we're nice people, so we invited him over.
Yes, plus he's super cool. And look at his hair.
They all stared at him like
Oh yes, he's new, so we invited him here.
they were in
How could you? He's nice. He's new, so you wanted to show him around. How could he?
love. I was really annoyed. I wasn't used to competition, and it seemed like they were more obsessed with him than they were with me. This went on for a few weeks. Braxton was always there. He even demanded to come on my dates with Parker. My dates! Can you believe that? One night, we went to a movie and he sat between us. After that, I fought with Parker because I couldn't understand how he let a guy come between us.
How could he? I hypnotized him to whatever I say and love me. But then he gets hypnotized by another guy. By another person. Jeez, Parker. I say you're an alright guy.
A date is supposed to be between two people who are in love. Or at
You mean one person's in love, and then that person forces that person to love them. Yeah, I see how it is.
least trying to be.
No, date's a fruit, you idiot.
Why has Braxton been coming along?
He always asks politely. Plus, he's really cool.
Oh yeah? So why do you never ask me how I feel? Do you think I'm okay with that situation?
I guess not. I just thought he was really cool. I'm sorry, Claire. It won't happen again.
But do you know what? It happened again.
How could it?
It was like my friends were totally incapable of seeing me without bringing Braxton along. So I made up a rumor about him. I mean, what else was there to do? He left me no choice. I went to look for our school's biggest gossip, Elva. She was a short, hideous mean girl who looked like a cross between a gnome
Okay. You don't have to be mean to
and
her.
an elf. But everyone believed all her gossips. I have the latest scoop on that new boy, Braxton.
Really?
Her eyes lit up. I heard that he only transferred to our school because he got expelled from his last school. He was part of a dangerous gang. He's even been to juvie. But he's here pretending to be such a good person. Isn't that awful? He's probably just trying to make friends to recruit them for his awful gang. He's a bad influence.
Oh my gosh, Claire. Thanks for telling me. We must let everyone know.
My exact thoughts, Elva.
She's from Romeo and Juliet. So, no, or whatever that movie's called, the sequel.
That night, Parker came over to my house to hang out, and I nearly lost it.
Hey, Claire, I heard the craziest thing about Braxton today.
Really? What? I asked like I knew nothing.
He was in a gang.
Wow, that's bad.
Well, I think it's cool, especially that he's changed his life around now. He's so awesome.
Yeah, he did well. Good job, Braxton.
What? My mouth dropped. I couldn't believe it. The next day,
Wait, was that the alien sound from Toy Story? There's a background from Iron.
wow, that's bad.
Well, I think it's cool, especially that he's changed his life around now. He's so awesome.
What? My mouth dropped. I couldn't believe it. The next
Where is the alien sound from Toy Story? SpongeBob.
day at school, everyone surrounded Braxton. They all wanted to hear his stories, and I guess he just went along with it because he never told anyone the rumor wasn't true. My plan totally backfired. It made him
Plan backfires, and I also like this. What happened? What just happened? Now she looks like a woman. Now he looks like a woman.
even more popular. Ugh. And of course, seeing him on my date with Parker made me lose it even more. Parker took me to my favorite little Italian place to cheer me up.
Oh yes, my favorite Italian restaurant is Italy restaurant. What's Italy?
I was just getting started on my lasagna when I saw the door open. Braxton walked in and sat right next to us. You invited him again?
Claire, honey, be nice. Our dates are fun when he's there.
So I'm not enough? Braxton, I'm sick and tired of you. You're always following us around. And couldn't you find different friends? Why are you trying to steal mine? You're a pathetic loser and I hate you and your stupid hair. I screamed so loudly that everyone in the restaurant stopped eating to look at me.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Parker said and got up.
Hey, I'm sorry, Claire. I need to talk to you. Let's go outside for a while.
Braxton said. I was surprised he wasn't angry at all. We walked.
That's why she has a Karen haircut. Also, they look like PNG images. She just ended. Just like my eyes are closed. But look at Braxton's chiseled chin. Like
outside, then he took my hand.
The reason I've been following you is because all I think about is you. The first time I saw you...
What? You know, I hypnotize people, your boyfriend, to get close to you because I love you. I'm obsessed with you. That's not how you start a conversation.
I think I fell in love with you instantly, and every second I spend away from you, I feel horrible.
What?
I know this is probably a lot to take in right now. Anyway, I'm sure you've already...
Not Italy restaurant or Italian restaurant. Italian restaurant.
Notice, but
Sorry, I got it wrong.
there's this thing I do with my hair, and people just do whatever I ask. I notice that you can do the same with your beautiful eyes. Well, that's how I've been getting Parker to let me come on your dates. I used to trick myself and say that he was the third wheel.
You did all of that stuff for me? But what about PE?
Well, I just like sports.
I looked into Braxton's eyes and realized that I couldn't resist
How could he stop PE because he likes it? Jeez, no one liked PE. No, he's gonna be hypnotized by her.
him either. I had just been suppressing my feelings all along. We were still holding hands when he leaned in for a kiss and it felt so mad.
Oh no, then Parker's just like, I'm the third wheel, but I was thinking that he was my girlfriend. You stole my girlfriend. In this she looks like Grandma, and he looks like a serial guy.
Until Parker opened the door and was staring right at us.
Claire, how could you?
We both...
His head just grew massive.
Parker opened the door and was staring right at us.
Claire!
Look at his hand compared to the rest of his body. It just grew massive.
How could you?
We both looked at him. I blinked and Braxton flipped his hair. Don't be upset. Braxton and I are a couple now, and I'm breaking up with you, but we can still be friends.
Yes, don't be upset, mad, or sad. It's better this way. Now, go home and do something fun.
Parker stared at us blankly for a while, then smiled.
Okay, I won't be upset or mad or sad. You two take care. Bye-bye.
He said, and that was that. Braxton and I have been together for a while now, but surprisingly, our powers don't work on each other. That's how we know it's true love. And the best part is that we can control everyone else around us. We're like the world's greatest power couple now. Isn't that awesome?
No. But you know how we end this video? Bye-bye. What are you waiting for? Just leave. Just leave now. Or you could watch another video. Just like, subscribe. But now it's time to just leave.